Alright, this morning I'm going to take you along and show you what I do, part of what I do for a living. We're going to go look at an old Corvette. This is just a small snippet of what I do for a living. It is cold here in Tennessee. I'm a Minnesota boy, but I'm not used to it anymore after living in Florida for 10 years. When it's down in the teens in Tennessee, everybody around here knows it, including me. And we got to go up to Metropolis, Illinois this morning. I'm hoping to run into Superman while we're there. Bringing the boss with this morning because I needed a companion for the day, and before anybody makes a comment, I don't dress the dog, my wife does, and now my dog thinks that she's fashion forward, so.
I've been thinking, I've been drinking, don't know which is which anymore. And I've been talking, and I've been walking right out of the door. But it's cold outside and I don't wanna go. I'm not sure if I can ever make it back home. But it's cold outside and I don't wanna go. I'm not sure if I'll ever make it back home.
Having a companion out on the road, so I have somebody to talk to when I'm working. And honestly, Charlie's conversational skills are better than a lot of guys that I used to work with in the past.
Sometimes I'm falling, sometimes I'm crawling, sometimes I'm flying down the road.
So for obvious reasons, I can't show you the fine details on a claim like this, but the owner of the 74 Vet is claiming that the gas tank or gas lines started leaking and causing the rear bumper to crack and break and disintegrate. Obviously, I've formed my conclusion on what has happened here, and the insurance company is going to form their conclusion on what has happened here, and in the end, they will offer a settlement that will be conducive to the information at hand. Well, I was hoping to have a better episode for you guys this week, but when I tell you I've gotten nothing done on this car since the last time we talked, I mean I've gotten nothing done. It's been cold in Tennessee. The heater I have out here just does not keep up with the temperatures out here. Anywhere from 7 to 10 above overnight. This weekend we're supposed to be back up into the 40s and 50s, so I'm hoping to get some more done. But yeah, I just have not had the motivation or gumption to come out here and freeze my ass off to work on wiring of all things. I thought maybe today what we could do is, I was going to tell you a little bit more about this Camaro, some of the plans I have for it, and eventually this car is probably going to get sold. And I got a whole bunch of parts, tons of parts that came in for the convertible. I'm pretty much at the point where all the parts are here. Everything is in on the shelf. I just need to get my butt in gear and get something done, but I thought maybe we'd just go over the Camaro and talk about that, even though there isn't much left to do. There is a couple of things, and just kind of show you what that build is all about. So let's look at that Camaro. So I bought this 69 Camaro from a gentleman in Melbourne, Florida back in November of 2020. He shot me a deal. I just couldn't refuse it. I initially bought this thinking that I was going to flip it and sell it, make a little bit of money on it, and ended up getting it home and fell in love with it, honestly. It's such a cool build. The guy did such a good job on it. He gave me every receipt. He kept detailed records on it, pictures. I mean, I've got an entire zip drive of all the pictures of the restoration process on this thing. He sourced a LT1 4L60 out of a 95. It's a 95 or a 96 Camaro. LT4 hot cam kit, long tube headers. The only thing I've done to this car since I've owned it is I put new tires on it. I upgraded the vintage air to the Gen 4, Gen 5. I took it on Hot Rod Power Tour in 2022. This thing was flawless on Power Tour. There are two things that I want to do to this car. The 24X conversion, get rid of that OptiSpark, the LS coil packs, put the LS computer with the LS coil packs, get rid of that OptiSpark. I do want to get a chin spoiler on it. I just like the way they look. And after being at Mecum, steel wheels with the poverty caps, I want to find a set of those and paint match the steel wheels, the Le Mans blue, put the poverty caps on. I know the previous owner, talking to him, told me that he ran this thing pretty hard. Autocross stuff he had done with it. He was doing some drag racing with it. He had a matching 2010 Camaro in his shop as well. He sold that Camaro and this Camaro at the same time. I obviously just bought this one and replaced it with a Porsche SUV. I know in a previous episode I was talking about trunk mats and whether or not to put a trunk mat in this car. And we looked at my Camaro and it has a trunk mat in it. So I think today I'm gonna empty out that trunk, see if there is any rust on the bottom of that trunk floor because of that mat. So over the years, I have inspected a ton of cars that have these mats. And it seems like every single mat that I've ever pulled out of the bottom, out of the trunk of one of these, has rust underneath of it. What we're going to check today, because I realized after 4 years of owning this car has the exact same mat that I've been talking about. See, there's some surface rust from being underneath that mat. I should probably clean it up a little bit. It's nothing major, nothing eaten through, but it's definitely something that needs to be looked at. I didn't get anything done on the old convertible out in the shop. It's just been too damn cold out. I know a Minnesota boy should probably be a little bit more used to the cold than that, but I'm getting old, I'm getting tired, I don't want to be cold, and I have no timeline on that car, so what's the point of freezing my ass off for no gain? So last week, I got a good chuckle out of this comment. I had a gentleman send me a comment from my video last week, which I appreciate all your comments. I get a kick out of most of them. I get a kick out of all of them, but a gentleman sends me a comment last week, and I'm assuming it's because of the backdrop. This is my home office, this is my bar, this is my man cave, this is my guitar room, this is my home theater, this is where I work every day. This is a little building in the back of the property, and me and the dog hang out in here. Sometimes my wife comes out here, but sometimes she doesn't. So I'm assuming because of the backdrop, because of the bar I built in here, this guy sends me a comment and just says, "You're a drunk," which... The only thing I can respond to that with is, I challenge you to a drinking contest, jackass. I'm a drunk. Of course I'm a drunk. I'm from Minnesota.